Now, Russia has imposed a sweeping security regime in 3 border regions to counter an incursion by Ukraine's military. Moscow has been forced to scramble its forces to repel the biggest attack on its territory since the start of the war in 2022. Now, following the cross-border incursions by Kiev's forces, Moscow announced what it called as counter-terrorism measures in 3 regions bordering Ukraine, those of Bryansk, Belgorod and Kursk. Now, the Russian National Anti-Terrorism Committee said that the government is in fact taking action to ensure the safety of the people and to maintain law and order. Now, the measures give the government sweeping powers like relocating people and controlling communications in the 3 regions. Russia has in fact moved extra tanks, artillery and rocket systems of its southern Kursk region. It's also claimed to have destroyed a Ukrainian armoured vehicle. Footage that was released by the Russian Defence Ministry showed tank crews and an FPV drone unit locating and hitting a target. Now, Kiev has intensified its multi-pronged offensive against Russia. The Ukrainian forces rammed through the Russian border early on Tuesday and swept across some western parts of Russia's Kursk region. A surprise attack that may be aimed at gaining leverage in possible ceasefire talks after the US elections. And our next report gets you more details.
Video posted on social media on Friday and verified by Reuters showed a convoy of burnt-out Russian military trucks along a highway in the Kursk region of southern Russia. It's the latest sign of the destruction after Ukrainian forces staged a major cross-border incursion this week. Ukrainian forces burst across the border on Tuesday in a shock counteroffensive after months of gradual Russian advances in eastern Ukraine. The operation, while limited in scope, has managed to bring the war to a number of Russian towns and cities. In response to the incursion, Russia on Friday declared a state of emergency in the Kursk region, and the Ministry of Emergencies released this video of Russian civilians evacuating. Russia's military chief of staff Valery Gerasimov reported to President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday that Russian troops had halted the advance and would push the Ukrainians back to the border. The Defense Ministry released this video on Friday, claiming to show its forces destroying Ukrainian armored vehicles in the Kursk region. But official statements, accounts from military bloggers, and videos posted on social media indicated Russia was still struggling to achieve that goal, nearly 48 hours later. The Ukrainian military on Thursday released this video purporting to show Russian soldiers surrendering at a border crossing. Ukrainian officials have not commented directly on the operation, but asserted the right to defend themselves by striking Russia wherever it posed a threat. Russian President Vladimir Putin called the operation a serious escalation. Ukraine's primary ally, Washington, has pressured Kiev not to launch long-range attacks on Russia directly. But Pentagon spokesperson Sabrina Singh on Thursday said Ukraine's incursion into Kursk was, quote, consistent with U.S. policy.
They are taking actions to protect themselves from attacks that are coming from a region that are within the U.S. policy of where they can operate.
Meanwhile, in another front in the fight, Ukrainian officials said Russian artillery hit a supermarket in the Ukrainian town of Konstantinivka in the frontline Donetsk region on Friday. Ukrainian officials said that 10 people were killed and 35 were injured.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.